JoJo Has Fun. Yeah, hi everybody. Welcome to JoJo Has Fun Comedy Let's Play. And if you if you recall, we were playing The Quiet Year, and Danielle is sick today, so we're not able to continue our adventure in this island. It doesn't have to go anywhere. But
pause.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that we were playing The Quiet Year.
Why do you think that?
Because I thought that episode was lost.
No, the episode that was lost was Subnautica.
Oh, that was a really good one, you guys.
Yeah. But anyway, come over here. Step into my parlor.
Okay.
Over here.
All right, I'll go over here.
So we're playing The Quiet Year by Avery Alder, which is a map making game. The first episode of this little mini series kind of talks about the basics. So if you want to, you can check that out. Otherwise, you don't really need to. You can just kind of follow along with what we're doing. And so, Kim, let's play The Quiet Year. Just for starters, we're making a civilization or a settlement in the midst of an apocalypse. So, Kim, what is the general terrain of our location?
I want the general terrain this time to be Allentown, Pennsylvania.
I don't know what that means. So I'm guessing just a small town in Pennsylvania?
Or like a post-industrial American town.
A post-industrial American town. Okay,
yeah.
That works for me. So we're there in the post-apocalypse. So we each get to draw one thing in this Allentown, Pennsylvania. You can go first.
Okay, first thing I want to draw is what they would call in Allentown, Pennsylvania, a packy.
What's a packy?
It's a liquor store.
All right, so...
Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. And there's a sign here that says you have to be over 21 to enter. And then it's got like these big windows that you can't actually see in. I don't know why they're there.
You're drawing with really thin lines.
Am I?
Yeah, they seem pretty thin to me.
All right, I'll make them a little thicker. Here we go. Is that better? You like that? You like that?
It hasn't come through yet.
Oh, you like those big thick lines?
That's better. Yeah, that's a much better line to me.
Hold on, and then there's some advertisements for some beverages here. And then, there's a missing person sign down here. It's kind of sad.
So you drew a liquor store? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm going to, every time we play this game, like, the scale is so off. Like, that's such a big packy.
It's a super packy.
There is a highway. There's a highway that kind of goes like that.
Cuts right through the town, huh?
No. It's just nearby. There is a highway. That's what highways look like.
Okay.
We don't know where it goes. It's just a long highway. It's not on. It's whatever maps we have. It's not on there. But there's a highway there, and maybe it was part of the lifeblood of the town, Kim. I don't know. All I do know is that doesn't go anywhere. And now we get to pick our abundance and our scarcity. So what's important to our society? I think I know what mine is going to be. I think it's going to be like seeds.
Ooh, I like that.
Either that's an abundance or a scarcity. Either we have a lot of seeds or not that many seeds. But seeds are definitely important to this community. And I'm going to close this little thing that says how much stuff I've downloaded.
And we should have a scarcity of...
Kim, that's a frightening scarcity. Are you sure you want to do this?
You know what? We're not a commodity, so let's not do this.
Yeah, I really don't want that to happen.
No. How about blankets or shelter?
Oh, okay. So let's draw our. But that was a really Kim. That could have
gone dark.
So
I'm really
ways.
I'm gonna dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw our abundance of seeds. I think what I'll draw is a greenhouse.
Oh.
So I'll draw as a greenhouse. So greenhouses are like this, I guess.
Yeah.
It's all windows. It's windows all the way down.
Turtles.
And I'll make it green. There you go.
Like a house.
Yeah,
nice.
Well, that's a tree from within. So that's our abundance of seeds.
That's beautiful.
So draw our scarcity of shelter.
Oh, well, see, that's easy. So we got this. Okay, and so like there's like the street right by the packy, and there's just all these like buildings that don't have any roofs.
And, there we go.
Yeah, and they're just like all raggedy, and all falling down.
That's great. That's so good.
And then even the windows are raggedy.
I love that. I'm gonna make our game area a little taller as well. 'Cause I
don't know what you mean. And maybe this one's a little bit on fire. Hold on.
You're gonna draw a fire on this.
Just a small, like a smoldering, just like so we know that there used to be a fire. Okay, there you go.
I shall allow Kim, you to go first. Let's draw a card. 2 of Spring. There is a large body of water on the map. Where is it? What does it look like? Or there is a giant man-made structure on the map. Where is it? Why is it abandoned?
Oh, okay. Well, this is obvious. There's a giant man-made structure on the map. On the other side of the highway, there is a baseball dome.
So the giant man-made structure is a baseball, a dome,
Yeah.
you say?
It's the Domiceum. That's the name of the dome. And they played the baseball World Series
Of poker.
of poker was played there, and they were sponsored by Domerita,
Which is a margarita mix.
Right, that's why it's got this spout on the side that it actually like dispenses food, and it's they abandoned it because it filled with bats.
Okay, so it's got a lot of bats in there. I'm gonna,
Yeah, hold on. I'm not done.
We were a little looser on this when we played originally, but I'm gonna just put down that we now have an abundance of dome bats.
Okay.
Got plenty of dome bats. And now you can discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
I'm going to just go right into it. I'm going to start a project, solve the dome bat problem so we can live in the Domerita.
Okay. How many weeks do you think it's going to take to clear out the dome bats?
Well, the thing is that we can use chemical warfare. Give the dome bats that little white nose disease that bats die from. It's going to take probably 4 weeks.
4 weeks. That sounds reasonable.
We'll introduce sickened bats to the bat dome.
Man.
Sicken all the bats with the white nose syndrome.
Perfect. So now it is my turn. I will draw a card. 5 of Spring. There is a disquieting legend about this place. What is it? Or alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and what?
Don't you fucking dare.
I'm going to. Ooh, okay. There's a disquieting legend. At the edge of the town is this. It's like an archway of stones. Looks like that. The legend is every so often, someone who lives within like 3 miles of this archway will walk to the archway and just disappear. And you'll never hear from them again. It's like one day they'll be there, and then they are literally just gone. And how that relates to the rest of this abandoned Allentown, I have no idea. But that's the disquieting legend, is this archway at the edge of town that people randomly walk into.
I bet they're getting eaten by that Jersey Devil.
I bet you they are getting eaten by that dang old Jersey Devil. We have an abundance of Jersey Devils.
Oh no!
I'm going to adjust our timing, so now it's 3 weeks now. And I'm going to hold a discussion. I'm going to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
The question I'll ask is, we're killing all these bats, but don't you guys think they're kind of cute with their little noses?
Oh, that's actually a really good point. Do you think... Is it possible that we could rehouse some of the bats, or like, because the problem is just they're out of control. They fill the entire dome. Is that something?
Well, that's 2 sentences, so I get the final word for the discussion. My word is sure wish we had thought of some way to make bat cages or something.
Oh no.
That's the end of our discussion.
Okay.
And also, like, that's an important thing that we were kind of loosey-goosey on. Like, the only way we can make decisions about lore or things like that, or what our next moves might be, we have to do it in the context of a discussion.
Oh.
And also, discussions are how you can take contempt. And so that's my turn. So I'll draw a card for you. 6 of Spring. Are there children in the community? If there are, what is their role in the community? Or how are the eldest members of the community? How old are the eldest members of the community? And what unique needs do they have?
Okay, so you know what? I went with children last time. This time I'm going to go with elderly.
Okay.
The unique needs of the elderly are that this was a coal mining town, or it was a coal mining town adjacent. It was an industrial town with a coal mining, a couple people. And they were all very heavy smokers, and due to the the mining and the smoking, these elderly are now in need of oxygen.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So draw that. Do we have enough air, or are
No, there's definitely a scarcity.
I think. Well, I mean, it's like medical oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can breathe. We're not underwater or anything, but we definitely don't have a lot of medical oxygen.
Close to the Packy.
Yeah.
This is Sunrise Palms, where the old people live.
How old are the oldest people in this community, by the way?
The oldest person in this community is 87 years old. His
Wow.
name is Gerald Falstein.
He sounds like a real card.
Yeah. Oh, he remembers when Pepperidge Farms remembers. So Gerald actually gets to live right in the front, right here in the front of the assisted living facility. However, there is nobody to assist them because it is also in bad disrepair.
And also we have, I ticked down the project clock. It's only at 2 now.
Yay!
So
Okay.
it's still not done yet. And now you can discover something, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Okay, I want to discover something.
It's weird how serious we're being about this when our doodles are so bad.
I don't know what you mean. I know what everything is.
I do too.
I want to discover a factory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's over here on the other side of the highway, more industrial section. Here's a picture of a boot. This boot has a little bit of that's a heel on the boot.
That's a good boot.
Let's put some laces on that bad boy.
We hired Banksy to decorate the outside of our boot factory here in Allentown.
Yeah. It was a big deal. We should probably rename it Not Allentown. That's the name of the town, Not Allentown.
They
rebranded it.
I'll adjust the name. Instead of
Okay.
Other Game, it'll be
Not
You know
Allentown.
what? Knott's Allentown. There we go. That's a good one. Like the berries. I will draw. I'll draw a card. There is another community somewhere on the map. Where are they? What sets them apart from you? Or what belief or practice helps unify your community?
I hope that if there's another community, it's really small.
Yeah, we're drawing. Our doodles are so effing big. What's your zoom at?
7.
I'm going to just make the map, fill the screen at 7%. I am going to draw our...
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I just moved here.
Hit Control Z.
Okay.
There you go. I'm going to draw...
Okay.
There's another community. They are... I'm going to draw them over here-ish. So we live in the town, right?
Yeah.
What sets us apart is this other community. Because we are a coal mining town, right? These are the coal mines. They live in the abandoned coal mines that are near the town. That's something.
Okay. Yeah, that's something.
And this is what I think coal mines look like. And then here's some people.
We have coal miners here, and I honestly have never seen a coal mine. I mean, no, that's not true. I guess I have. But I saw them like when we lived in California, not when we lived here.
And also here's a dump truck, because I imagine that's a thing that coal miners use. So and I think the thing that kind of sets them apart, aside from the fact that they are coal miners and they're far away from us, they don't come out of their coal mine very much. They're not like us. Ooh. Where we have to find stuff. Whatever's happening in that coal mine, they don't have to leave very often.
Oh, they're like mole people.
Maybe. We're not sure. We don't see them too much. We just know there's a coal mine over there and that there's people in it. I'm going to tick down the dome.
Oh, we're so close to moving into that dome.
God,
killing all those bats.
I'm going to discover something. There is a fallow field.
Oh.
South of town, or south of where our community is by the highway. Nothing grows there, and we're not sure why.
Oh, I think I know.
And you know what I'm going to draw to show that nothing grows there is a spooky tree. And it looks like a hand.
I know exactly why nothing grows there, and I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, that's great. Okay, but that's what I've discovered. Man, our Allentown is way bigger than this island.
Yeah. Well, that's an island.
That's fair. Okay, it is now your turn, Kim. I'll draw a card for you.
Thank you. Did I tell you I reached out to Avery?
No, what happened?
She said that she would love to see our town after it was all done.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, I'm telling you, I'm crushing so hard on this Avery.
Oh, no.
I'm just like...
Queen of Spring. What's the most beautiful thing in this area? Or what's the most hideous thing in this area?
Pulling from reality a bit. The most hideous thing in the area is when they made a Stuart Little 3 movie. They made a larger-than-life replica of Stuart Little. Now, they decided that Knott's Allentown was the hometown of Stuart Little through an internet competition.
There was a lot more to this than I thought.
Yeah, Knott's Allentown won the internet competition for the hometown of Stuart Little, and so they made a huge statue of Stuart Little, but it was not commissioned by a very good artist.
Oh, no. Oh, but we're going to have to look at that every time we go to work across the freeway.
Yeah, and it's right on the side of the freeway. Yeah, there was nowhere else that they were going to put it. And unfortunately, they asked Fox Entertainment, please take this thing away. And they said, no, sorry, it's yours. And then they left. So here is Stuart Little. And he's all like, hi, I'm a mouse, but I was raised by people. That's weird, right? Let's make a bunch of movies about it. There he is. And he's standing on a pedestal. He is 17 feet tall.
That's a very tall, ugly statue. Is it taller than the Boot Factory?
No, it's actually closer to you than the Boot Factory. It's an optical illusion.
No, I love that. Okay. Well, Kim, I got good news for you. We have finished clearing out the bats.
Yes.
So, I think so. Tell me, how does this project resolve?
Well, everybody who's living in this area here, they now get to move over here, and then we can get rid of the bats.
Now, what did we do with the bats?
We killed them.
Oh, they're dead. Okay.
Yeah, we killed them.
So
we
now,
exterminated them by. Remember, we used the white nose fever.
That's true.
Or whatever it was.
So I said we have a scarcity of dome bats. Not as many dome bats as we would have liked.
Right, and we have shelter.
We do have shelter now. That's great.
So we no longer have a scarcity of shelter because we can all live in the dome.
Is it literally just as I'm imagining? There's a diamond in the center, and then lots of chairs, and then there's like some infrastructure type areas, like hallways.
It's very similar. I mean, like you'd think that it was like the town in Fallout 4, except the bats took over really early, and so like it's pretty clean, except that it's covered in bat poop.
Oh, okay.
And so there's a kitchen where you can cook. There's tons of bathrooms, lots of seating, and a green space.
So yeah, pretty much a very ideal sort of place to put a community.
And this roof is retractable.
Oh, that's
and it's astroturf, but you could easily grow grass there if you retracted the roof.
That would be a project, I feel, but awesome. Okay, yeah. So we now have shelter. You can now discover something, start a project, or hold a discussion.
Okay. I would like to hold a discussion. The statement is, I know where they buried all of the cows when they used the leather to make boots.
You keep that to yourself.
Okay.
That's the end of that discussion. That's what's happening in the community right now. We don't talk about that, I guess.
We don't talk about where the cows are buried. That's a real thing that happened in Wilmington, Massachusetts, by the way.
Oh my God, that's wild.
And they built a Target on top of it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But it was so bad that when you would walk through it, my dad said that you would walk through as a child and the field, and you would push down on the field and just like blood red mud would come up. Yeah, it was just, and you said it was like the most foul smell.
That's amazing.
Because they were just hiding the bodies because it was a tannery.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna draw.
Yeah, the late 60s were great.
It's a great time.
All right, what do you got?
8 of Spring. An old piece of machinery is discovered broken, but perhaps repairable. What is it? What would it be used for? Or an old piece of machinery is discovered, cursed, and dangerous. How does the community destroy it?
Oh, that's a good question.
I kind of want to do the first one. An old piece of machinery.
You're such a yes and.
Why you think that?
Oh, because rather than like finding something and destroying it, you're going to find something and hopefully fix it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm very much trying to add instead of take away. I think, so what's my piece of machinery I'm going to find? Okay. I think what we're going to find, we find a tilling machine.
Oh.
Like a big tractor. It's like the biggest one. It's literally the biggest one. Like they held a contest prior to the event that I'm going to call the Fall. And it was the biggest like tilling machine that existed. Like you could till like 30 acres in like 15 minutes with this thing. It was huge, and it needed a lot of fuel and was very hard to maintain, and John Deere would not let right to repair pass, so we couldn't keep it working. But we found it, and it's broken down, and that's it over there. No projects, so I am going to start a project. I'm going to start a project to figure out how to open that dome.
Okay.
And I think that because we've cleared out all the bats, and because this was an industrial town where a lot of people knew how to work machines, I think we're going to be able to figure this out in about 2 weeks. That's it. That's all I can do. So now it's your turn. We're getting to the end of spring.
Oh my goodness.
You see a good omen. What is it? Or you see a bad omen. What is it?
That you are about to start working on the dome.
Mm-hmm.
And I see a red sky in the morning.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty bad omen, especially because we're not at sea.
Well, there's a storm coming is what's happening.
Where is this storm? Can you draw it on our map?
Yeah, hold on. So it's, let's say hypothetically for the sake of our omen, it's morning, and here's the sky. Oh man, it is so red. And that's concerning. You wake up in the morning, red sky.
That's not good. That's a bad red sky. But you're saying it's a storm?
Yeah, it's telling you that it's going to be really stormy, and you're trying to fix the dome.
So here's my question: does it stay red? Like, does it stop being, like, when you say red at morning?
Oh yeah, it'll get dark. Hold on, and actually, I'll put darkness on the sides here. Oh yeah, it's the red sky is just the beginning.
Because what I imagine is, like, it's not just like when you say a red sky, like the sky just kind of stays red for a little while.
Oh no, you wake up in the morning, you're about to go to work, it is just like red and orange, there's little bits of black in there. No, but it's gonna get dark and stormy. That's really what the omen is the red sky tells you something bad, but it's gonna be a really bad one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a bad storm.
A bad storm is a brewing.
As soon as we started to try to open the dome, that's a pretty bad omen. And we'll tick down the project.
Actually, Jerry Fartsbanger said that he hasn't seen a sky that red in decades.
That's
since the flood of
Jerry
50.
Jerry knows. It's in his bones. He's a welding man, so he knows his reds. I tick down the clock, so now it's down to 1, and now you can discover something, start a project, or hold a discussion.
Okay, I want to start a project of making medical grade oxygen.
Okay, what are you going to do for that?
Well, I'm going to consult my physicist friend, Seymour, right here. He is going to use electrodes to separate oxygen from water.
I feel like there is nothing on the map that we can really use for that, is there?
I
mean, you know what? That's not. You know what? That's right. I actually shouldn't. I shouldn't be saying. You're right. So. You want to draw your physicist friend fucking around with a.
Well, actually, yeah, and I actually thought we had a body of water somewhere. Did we never have a body of water?
No. You chose that there's a giant man-made structure instead, and that is the dome where we live in.
Oh, right. Shit. Oh, that was a bad choice. Okay, then maybe I choose to discover something.
Okay, what are you going to discover?
I don't know. I'm thinking a giant body of water.
What is it?
It's gosh, I don't know what kind of what would be a nice big body of water? I guess it would be like a bog. I think that would be
the least attractive body of water you can imagine.
Have you ever been in a bog? They're not bad. Got all that peat moss, which is excellent for gardening.
Ooh, that's true. Okay. Now I'm liking it. We should draw some.
Yeah.
Gonna draw some green in there for the peat moss. We can call it. You know what we can call it? Boot bog, because it looks like a boot.
Nice. And that's in honor of the boot factory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is actually named for the creator of the factory, Jeremiah Boot.
Yeah.
They don't actually make boots there. They made transistors.
Oh my God. Yes. That could be really helpful when you're trying to fix your trailer, your thresher or whatever it is. There you go. There's the bog.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have this bog. All right, you know
Boots
what?
Bog.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to loot the boot. I can't. I have to draw a card first. Fuck. Okay, I know what my project is. Ace of Spring. What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? Or are there distinct family units in this community? If so, what family structures are common?
I like this question.
So I think the people who are in the highest status in the community are the ones in the dome now. They were, I mean, like, it was until the dome, it wasn't really an issue. And they're the people who live in the upper stands of the dome. They're the ones who have the highest status.
Interesting.
And the reason why is they actually have like the best view. Like weirdly enough, like they have the absolute best view of the dome. Because it's really like this is a gargantuan structure comparatively speaking, and it's like, oh, I have the best view of it. When you're down in the bottom, it kind of seems a little spooky. When you're up top,
it's like, yeah.
And like there's technically speaking like enough space for everyone to be up there, but the people who are at the top of the dome just like immediately started fencing off big chunks of the top of the dome to make like their place. And obviously the lower you are to the field, the less space you have in terms of like the ring around the field. Mm-hmm. So the only way you could get into a space there now is to like, I don't know, marry into it, or possibly someone dies and then their space gets reallocated.
Yeah, I imagine it's some sort of a lottery system.
Yeah, Shirley Jackson's a lottery system. Also the dome. Figuring out how to open the dome.
Yay!
So here's what I'm going to do, because I think it would be a little easy if I just said the dome opens. I think we figured out how to open the dome. We understand the equipment that's used to open it. Like we look like Smart Lisa. We call her. Oh. Not that there's a dumb Lisa. She just wants us to know that she's the smartest Lisa. And she's the only Lisa in our community also. Smart Lisa, she really understands the equipment that's used to open and close this dome. And if she wants to let the light in, she can. But the problem is we do not have a method to power this thing. There's no like electricity.
Oh, okay. So you know how to, you just can't.
Yes, but if the moment we get electricity ready to go, we'll be able to open this dome and it'll look sweet. And just to indicate that, I'm going to draw a big blue line to indicate that the dome, that's the seam of the dome that we can open. I also love that to get rid of the bats, you didn't just erase them, you crossed them out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was still all that dead bat everywhere.
Well, no, you just started a project to get rid of those dead bats. And now I know what my project is. I am going to start a project to loot whatever sensitive electronics I can loot from Jeremiah Boot's transistor factory.
Excellent. It shouldn't take that long, should it?
It's a pretty big factory.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 2 weeks.
All right.
It's gonna take at least 2 weeks to loot that factory of all its electronics. And thus concludes my turn. All
right.
I'll draw a card for you. We only have a couple more cards in spring. 3 of spring. Someone new arrives. Who? Or 2 of the community's younger members get into a fight. What provoked them?
Someone new arrives. It's someone from the mining community.
We never see anyone from the mining community.
That's why it's so strange. They arrive and they are all dusty with coal. They don't know the way that things work, and they show up they're very big in this representation. They show up at the dome, and they are lost, and they are hungry, and they are thirsty, and just overall morale's not great. And they are looking for help for themselves. They have been kicked out of the mines. They got ostracized. And
do they say very much about why, or do they kind of keep it a little
They're very
vague?
secretive. They're extremely secretive about the situation as to how they got kicked out, but they are badly burned.
Interesting.
Just in bad.
This is a very fun fucking game.
Yeah,
I really love this game a lot.
Yeah, so this they're here and they're hungry and they're thirsty and they're sick, and they go to the dome because it's the biggest structure in the area, and they are attracted to it, and they
didn't even know we
help.
were here. We just happened to be
no,
here.
yeah, they just saw the dome and walked towards it, hoping that there'd be something there to help them.
Okay, I'm gonna. I love that. I'm gonna tick down the clock of my boot factory exploration, and now you can discover something, hold a discussion, or start a project.
I'm gonna start a project.
What's the project?
Remember that smart physicist I told you about?
I do.
He's finally going to start working on converting water to oxygen. Wow, his head is huge. That's actually his body. He has a weight problem. Here's his head. He's like, "We are making oxygen."
Is he making oxygen from the bog?
Yeah. He's taking the water from the bog, putting it into this one piece of thing that he has. He's got two electrolysis devices. One is pulling the what's water made out of? Hydrogen and oxygen.
Yeah.
One pulls the hydrogen, and that's on this side. One pulls the oxygen, that's on this side. And then he collects the oxygen and he puts it into little containers for his old people.
How long will this take?
This is going to take it's a 4-week project.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
It took as long to kill the bats as
we might get that done before summer.
Yeah, Gerald could be dead by then though.
Yep.
It's going to be pretty tight.
Okay, it's now my turn. 4 of spring. What important and basic tools does the community lack? Or where are you storing your food? Why is this a risky place to store things? You know what? I think we don't have very much of.
What?
I don't think we have much in the way of weapons. We don't have many weapons.
You're right.
Like we can find like a stick or a piece of rebar or something, but like weapon, what you would consider a weapon in the before time, we don't have a lot of.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put like useful weapons.
Okay. Deadly weapons.
Like and the way I'll indicate that is a gun store.
Okay.
That says no guns.
No guns. Empty. No guns.
And say what you will about small towns. This one, however it felt about guns before the fall, is irrelevant. There's none now. What we would have considered a weapon is not around. We have just like sticks and stuff. And that's something that we would very much like to have.
Yeah.
Put this at 0. We finished our transistors. So we got through the boot factory pretty well.
Oh, good.
And it went great. I think we found like just a horde of not just like transistors and like blank circuit boards and stuff like that, but like vacuum tubes, like the Jeremiah Boot was a bit of like a tech hoarder. So he had like a tech museum in here, and there was a lot of like cool stuff. So I'm going to put like just abundance of electronics, like stuff to do
right.
so that. But also, as an unintended consequence, we broke into the basement, and there we saw something that made us really wish we had weapons. Much bigger and much scarier dome bats.
No! Not more dome bats.
And these ones are the ones that survived the purge, as they call it. They can talk, and they did not care for being murdered out of their home.
Oh dear.
So now we're back
I hate
to
when
having
this happens.
Now we're back to having an abundance of electronics and dome bats.
All right. Well, guys, we've been doing this for a bit. I think we should take a break.
Beans, but
I know.
I'm
Well,
loving
it's a
our
good
town.
plot twist with the dome bats at all.
Well, you know what? I haven't discovered anything yet or started a
Oh, well,
project.
you've got to finish your turn, man.
So I'll finish my turn. And you know what I'll do to finish my turn out? Because I think it was so successful. I'm going to say that Smart Lisa saw the abundance of electronics and knowing full well John Deere's anti-repair policies, said, fuck this. And she's going to fix the big thresher.
Nice.
It's gonna take.
Thanks, Smart Lisa.
It's gonna take
That's
her-
why they call you Smart Lisa.
It's going to take her 3 weeks to do, but by
Jesus.
God, she's going to fucking... Hey, that field is fucked the moment we get this thresher working.
All right, you're right. And we got a lot of seeds. That's one thing that we have an abundance of.
Yep. God, I love this game so very much. It's so much fun.
Super fun. And yeah, if anybody is watching this and being like, I don't really see the point, just try it. Like the amount of you don't know what you have in you.
Yeah, this is like, and again, like, the Adventure Zone is using this to build out their world, and Friends at the Table have used this this game to like create a game world. Like, this is like immediate, like a fun RPG game. Like, we got this fucking pillar of stones up here that we don't know what the fuck it's for.
Right. Oh yeah. It's
so good.
Yeah, it's just so exciting.
Oh man. Okay, well, next time when JoJo has fun, we will either continue Knott's Allentown or we'll diverge back to the island near Knott's Allentown.
Yeah, so if it's just us, we'll be the island, or if it will be go back to not island, not Allentown. But if we can get Danielle to come back,
which would be
we'll do.
confusing. We have 2 concurrent games of the Quiet Year, but that's okay. I really do love this game a lot, and I would love to play more.
I think that since nobody's watching this anyway, it's fine.
I got a couple views.
Oh no, I don't mean like nobody's watching it. I mean like people are listening to us, but I don't know if they're watching us.
Oh yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Yeah, we're those lo-fi vibe things that you were talking about.
Lo-fi world building to chill out, do homework.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Maybe I should put some music on in the background of this episode. Have a good day.
That's probably a good idea. Okay.